This one mindset shift, it can literally change everything in your life right now. Most people wake up and just react to what happens to them. They let setbacks, other people's opinions, and fear run their day. But here's the truth. Your thoughts are running your life, whether you realize it or not. And until you take control of them, nothing changes. I grew up with nothing. People laughed at my dreams and told me I'd never make it. And for a moment, I almost believed them. But then I realized something. My circumstances don't define me. My mindset does. That's the shift. The moment you stop letting life happen to you and start making life happen for you. It starts with ownership. Owning your decisions, your failures, your actions. Stop blaming. Stop waiting for permission and start creating. Every thought becomes fuel. Every choice a step forward. And gratitude. Not the surface level kind. True gratitude. Appreciating where you are, even if it's messy, even if it's hard, because that's when your mind rewires itself. You start seeing opportunity where others see obstacles. You build resilience, not regret. Here's the kicker. Your setbacks are not your identity. Your failures do not define you. Your limitations don't define you. What defines you is how you think about them, how you respond, how you rise when everything tells you to quit. That's the mindset shift. Stop being a victim. Start being a creator. It won't be easy. Growth never is. There will be days when doubt feels louder than hope, when fear tries to convince you to quit. That's when you double down. Train your mind. Feed it with possibility, not limitation. Build a mental muscle stronger than anything standing in your way. Once you embrace this, doors you didn't see begin to open. Confidence grows not from luck, but from choice. Relationships, business, purpose, health, they all transform when your thoughts work for you, not against you. So here's the challenge. Decide today. Your mind will no longer run your life. Decide that gratitude, ownership, and resilience will guide every step. Make this shift, and your life doesn't just change, it transforms. Your thoughts are far more powerful than most people realize. They are not just fleeting ideas that come and go. They are the very architects of your reality. Every decision you make, every emotion you feel, and just of making money, and every action you take begins with a thought. If you don't take control of your mind, your thoughts will control you, and that's how lives are wasted, dreams are abandoned, and potential is left untapped. I want you to take a moment and think about that. How many times have you let fear, doubt, or insecurity dictate what you did or didn't do? How many times have you replayed the same negative thoughts in your head until they became your truth, even though deep down you knew they weren't true? That's the power of thought. And it's also the solution. When I talk about controlling your thoughts, I'm not talking about some vague, abstract idea. I'm talking about being deliberate. Choosing what you focus on. Choosing what you allow into your mind. Most people let their thoughts run wild, and they wonder why life feels out of control. They wake up reacting instead of creating. The first step to change is awareness of the thoughts that are running your life. Start noticing the ones that tear you down, the ones that keep you small, the ones that convince you that success is for someone else, not for you. Once you see them, You can start replacing them with thoughts that empower, thoughts that push you forward, thoughts that remind you of your potential rather than your limitations. Here's the thing about thoughts: they are contagious, but not in the way you think. Negative thoughts spread like wildfire if you let them. One doubt leads to another. One fear leads to another. And suddenly you're trapped in a cycle where nothing moves forward. But positive, empowering thoughts work the same way. They grow, multiply, and then influence every decision you make. When you consciously feed your mind with optimism, possibility, and belief, your actions start aligning with that energy. Your mindset becomes your engine. Your thoughts become your fuel. And before long, what once seemed impossible starts to feel inevitable. Controlling your thoughts also means controlling your reactions. Life will throw challenges at you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will change in ways you don't expect. And your first response is almost always dictated by what's in your head. If your mind is filled with fear, anger, or resentment, your reactions will reflect that. If your mind is filled with gratitude, determination, and belief, your reactions will reflect that too. The difference isn't in the situations themselves, it's in how you think about them. Your thoughts shape your perspective, and your perspective shapes your reality. Another critical part of mastering your thoughts is discipline. You have to treat your mind like a muscle that needs training. You can't expect to have empowering thoughts naturally if you're constantly feeding yourself negativity. That means choosing the books you read, the people you spend time with, the media you consume, and the habits you build with intention. Every small choice compounds. Every day, the thoughts you nurture either strengthen your limits or expand your possibilities. Discipline in your mind is just as important as discipline in your body or your business. Without it, even the most talented, a motivated person can be held back. Belief in yourself starts with your thoughts. The moment you start thinking, I can do this, I am capable, and I deserve success, you start creating a reality that matches those beliefs. Doubt might still creep in, fear might still knock on your door, but if your dominant thoughts are positive, your actions will follow suit. You will make decisions that reflect confidence, take risks that reflect courage, and persist in ways that reflect unwavering faith in your abilities. Magic, it's cause and effect. Your thoughts are the cause, and your life is the effect. When you consistently control your thoughts, you begin to see life differently. Problems become opportunities, failures become lessons, and setbacks become setups for growth. You start noticing solutions where you once only saw obstacles. You start attracting people, circumstances, and opportunities that align with your mindset. Everything shifts because the first domino, the one that starts the chain reaction, is your mind. And the most powerful thing is that you don't have to wait for someone else to hand you control over your life. It's yours right now. The moment you decide to take charge of your thoughts. Your thoughts aren't just reflections of your life. They are the blueprint for it. They dictate how you feel, how you act, and ultimately how far you go. That's why this is so critical. When you master your mind, when you take control of the inner dialogue, you're no longer at the mercy of circumstance. other people's opinions or your own fears. You are the architect of your life, designing it with intention, purpose, and power. Every great achievement, every life-changing moment, every transformation begins here with the decision to control your thoughts, to harness them, and to let them work for you instead of against you. Gratitude, ownership, and resilience are more than just words. They are the foundation of a mindset that can transform your life completely. Most people underestimate how much these three qualities shape every decision, action, and outcome they experience. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you for the obvious things. It's about recognizing and appreciating even the small, often overlooked parts of your life. It's about seeing opportunities in challenges, lessons in failures, and value in moments that feel insignificant. When you cultivate true gratitude, your mind begins to shift. You start focusing on what's possible rather than what's lacking, and that shift alone can change the trajectory of your life. Gratitude opens doors to perspective, allowing you to see beyond temporary setbacks and recognize the abundance already present in your world. Ownership is equally crucial. Too many people live in a state of blame, pointing fingers at circumstances, other people, or even fate itself. But when you take ownership of your life, everything changes. Ownership is about accepting full responsibility for your actions, decisions, and outcomes. It's about recognizing that while you cannot always control what happens around you, you can control how you respond. When you own your life, you stop being a victim of circumstance and start being the creator of your reality. Every decision you make, every step you take becomes intentional and powerful because you understand that you are accountable. This accountability doesn't create pressure. It creates freedom because you no longer wait for external validation or permission to move forward. Resilience ties it all together. Life is never smooth, and setbacks are inevitable. What separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to bounce back and to keep moving forward despite obstacles, disappointments, or failures. Resilience isn't just about enduring pain. It's about using it as a tool to grow stronger, wiser, and more focused. It's about facing challenges head on, learning from mistakes, and refusing to let temporary defeats define your long-term trajectory. When combined with gratitude and ownership, resilience becomes unstoppable. You recognize the value in every experience, take responsibility for your part in it, and push forward with unwavering determination. And these three qualities work in harmony. Gratitude shifts your perspective, helping you see the positive even in difficult situations. Ownership empowers you to act decisively and take control of your life. Resilience ensures that when life pushes back, you respond with strength rather than surrender. Together, they form a mindset that doesn't just react to life, it shapes life. People who master this mindset aren't perfect, and they still face challenges, doubts, and fears. But they approach each situation with a purpose of, with the clarity and purpose, them to navigate obstacles with confidence. The real power of this mindset lies in its ripple effect. When you practice gratitude, take ownership, and build resilience, it influences your decisions, relationships, and actions in profound ways. You start making choices that align with your values and long-term goals rather than short-term comfort. You become more patient, more strategic, and more focused on growth rather than immediate gratification. Your environment begins to your mindset, attracting opportunities, people, and situations that resonate with the energy you put out. Each day becomes a deliberate step toward building the life you envision rather than a series of reactions to external forces. When you embrace gratitude, ownership, and resilience as guiding principle, your mindset shifts from one of limitation to one of possibility. You stop waiting for external circumstances to define your life and start creating your own path with intention. Every setback becomes a lesson, and every challenge becomes an opportunity, and every decision becomes a building block for your future.